All right. This one is shooting out of Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. I like doing the overseas ones. Feels like you're going on vacation, going somewhere else. This is October the 11th, 1988, and we're shooting for 11:46 a.m. We're right on the money. First thing I notice is the 88, the 10, 11, and then you have 11 and 6 and 4 is 10. So you have 10, 11, 11, 10. All right, and your sun is in Virgo with Mercury and your moon. So I'm sitting here looking at a day moon right now, that little egg moon. So you're on a new moon, new beginnings, new all of that. And your Mercury is so close to the sun that it's almost debilitated. So your communication, your sun, and your personality are all in mutable earth. Change, change, change. Venus is over here in Leo, a fire sign. She rules an earth sign, so she's in fire. Let's go look at where your action is, and we'll get back to this earth sign. Mars. Mars is associated with Aries, but it's also associated with Scorpio. And your Mars, of course, they're going to tell us Pisces here, but you're in the tail of Cetus, which is Leviathan, if you will. Of course, they don't give us that, but normally the planets would pass right through the mouth of this. But because they wobble up and down in the ecliptic, sometimes they get caught below. So your Mars is what is called below the ecliptic. Okay? And that's a special attribute of especially Mars, dipping below that line where these planets generally travel. So it puts Mars in water. And Mars in Pisces in water, below the ecliptic in water, and Mars is a fire sign, a fire planet. Hence the red color and everything. It's masculine, it's fire, but I'm going to say it's being where it's located here, it's extremely debilitated here. Had it been up some, actually in the constellation of Pisces, but we can see, let me click on this little star right here. Actually, they're calling that Pisces. I guess they have no choice. Now, when Ophiuchus, that's how they brought down Ophiuchus. But it's going to remain, you have Mars in Pisces, so you have fire in water. Let's move along. Let's go to Jupiter. You're a daytime baby, so this Mars would have been at night. Jupiter in another earth sign. This is the house of Venus, but because it's fixed earth, it's going to affect you because your sun is in mutable earth, your moon is in mutable earth, Mercury's in mutable earth, and we'll get to the others. But Jupiter, the great benevolent here, has a lot to do with the church, and it's fixed earth, so basically your views, I think your opinions, where religion, or your beliefs rather, I'm not going to use the word religion because that's a man-made construct, but your beliefs are fixed. You believe what you believe, and it's hard to convince you otherwise. And this is, you believe what you believe because of experience. You've lived it, you've been through it. So you have a knowing here. Let's go to Saturn. So you got a lot going on in your earth signs. And here's the planet that rules cardinal Earth. Wow, you have a Saturn-Uranus conjunction in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. I'm going to have to zoom in on this. Normally, this would be called Scorpio, but let's see what this star is right here. This one will mark it for us. Sagittarius. It's calling Sagittarius. Let's look at this one. We just come straight down. It's just giving me Uranus. You have Uranus, which is a transformation of the outside world, all things material, including your body, your life, things around you. And Saturn, a cardinal earth sign, but they're sitting in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. Saturn, you're actually going through your Saturn return right now. Saturn's been dealing with Sagittarius for a while now, so you're going to feel this move already. You are in transformation as we speak in fire. And as this Saturn moves over into Capricorn, into an earth sign, that transformation of the outside world around you needs to be complete, because Uranus is a planet of change. And it's in a very dominant fire sign, but humanitarian as well. So you're feeling a lot of the effects of Saturn in your chart right now. Let's see, maybe last year Saturn was in this exact position of a Saturn return for you. So whatever went on in the world when you were born is repeating itself. Let's go find Neptune. And Saturn's there with Uranus to make sure the job gets done. Another one, Neptune there as well. So you have transformation, the hard taskmaster, limitations, restrictions, and then you have water, the water planet, and a fire sign. There's another one, a cool down. Either Sagittarius is going to set the water on fire, and fire will burn on top of water, or the water's going to put out the fire. It can go either way. With Saturn here over this transformation, Neptune is not going to put out the fire. The fire is going to be on top of the water. Here, water is on top of the fire. But I'm seeing Saturn and Uranus's effect change and change, doing it, making sure it gets done. And then Neptune over here with his trident. Now let's go see where the one that is most affecting everybody. Because you got a lot going on in your Earth where your sun is concerned. And Pluto's going to tell the story for you. Yeah, you've also got Pluto there. Let's mark, can I mark this star? Can I mark this star? If you'll look up in the left-hand corner, yep. It's going to call yours in Libra. Actually, it's kind of on a cusp. It can go either way for you. So you're right on the, being 1988, you're on the tail end of coming out of Pluto and Virgo. So yours is in an air sign. Things are going to change for you based on the air sign, which will happen later in the 20s. 2025 and forward is going to be major change for you. But with your sun, Mercury, let's zoom in on this moon, all of this going on in Virgo for you, and this mutable earth. Yep, you've got the day moon. It rose up over the ecliptic before your sun did. And your Mercury traveling with the sun. And this is the Mercury sign. Mercury rules this. So, and your moon being there with it. This is your personality, your moon. This is your communication. Mercury rules the marketplace. So all this is mutable, changeable. Your moon, new beginning. So you were born at a time of new beginnings in mutable earth, and your Pluto crossing that barrier right on the line between Virgo and Libra is another new beginning. Your Saturn with Uranus, and over here in the Milky Way galaxy. New beginnings being birthed out of the Milky Way galaxy. This is your outside. The other ones I just showed you were your inside. This is your material world. Your moon is your personality, spiritual world. Your Pluto is your subconscious personality, spiritual world. Things not seen, untangible. Let's go back around here. Let me pull this out. Because you are a day baby. So these are going down when you were born. Let's pull this on around and just take a look at it across the board. You need to go look up all of these. I'm using Vedic astrology. You can use Western if you like. Mars here, I still can't get over that it's going to call that Pisces when it's set Cestus. Give me an off star. See, it's in Cetus. How do we get around that? And I don't even know how to explain that one, but it's calling it Pisces. So you're going to have to let that one be. And so you got fire and water here. You got your fire planet in a water sign. And you've got Neptune, your water planet, in a fire sign. They're actually opposite of each other. They're ruling and they're transiting through each other's constellations. Water and fire, and the other one is fire and water. So you got a lot going on right there you need to take a second look or thought about. Let's whirl back around here. Keep going. Nothing in Aries, nothing in Aquarius, nothing with your Jupiter in that fixed earth, and your sun in mutable earth, your Mercury in mutable earth, your moon in mutable earth. That's going to be the strongest for you. Even though your Jupiter is still going to be in the night sky because you're a day baby. It's going to start coming up over the ecliptic as your sun starts to set. And then you have earth and fire. You have your another earth planet in a fire sign. So you have a lot of fire in the earth. You have earth and fire. You have earth and water in earth. So you definitely have a lot of things that are flip-flopped. It might be confusing to you. You think you're going one way and you're going another. So you're going to have to learn to balance out. A lot of new beginnings for you. A lot, especially in your life. You probably, let's go back over here to this Saturn for just a minute, because Saturn is using a fire sign to transform your outer world, and it's going to be very strict doing it. And I don't know that Neptune, water in a fire sign, is going to help a whole lot, but a lot of change in your outside world, a lot of change in your inside world. Your Pluto's on a cusp. New beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings. You started over a bunch in your life, didn't you? How many times have you had to start over? And you wonder why you keep having to, you're repeating a cycle, you're repeating a cycle. You're doing your Saturn return now, so you're repeating a cycle. And you got to figure out how to break that cycle. And Saturn is the best teacher. We learn from experience. If it's not working for you, if it didn't work for you before, it's not going to work for you now. But with Saturn here, you do. And you coming into your Saturn return now, you're experiencing it. This is the chance to do it the right way. To go back and make all those changes. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. And with Venus over here, come on. With Venus in Leo, you've got the heart of a lion. You have the Venus to make this happen. She rules fixed earth. You can do this.